What's poppin', everybody? It's the Kid Coach Shig, you dig? And it's the Talking Growth channel, but you already know what it is, you feel me? Today we got a special guest. We got Beebo, very talented musician from my home area, you know what I'm saying? She just dropped her latest music video called Swept, directed by my guy OT Cinema, and y'all know we did an interview a couple months in the past, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody coming through. And so let's just, okay, she just joined, so let's bring her in here while y'all wait. We're gonna give y'all, I'm gonna give you a little music, I'm gonna hit you with a little something, you know. So let's get her in. All right, there we go. Hold on, let me throw this camera back. Okay, it's a little different on here, all right. Am I seeable? Maybe I should raise this up a little bit. Golly, my bad, y'all. I thought it would be a little different. Okay. Just run it like that, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Beebo.
Hi.
Oh, how's it going? How's everything going?
Good. Like, up a little bit.
Say it again.
No, I said. Oh, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I probably need to hold it.
I'm gonna have to lean like this. Okay. Boom, boom. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Beebo.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's just jump right into it. So, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get it going. Like how did you start the music? Like, what was your inspiration?
Well, really, I've been singing since I was a little girl. So since I could talk, I've been singing. And what pushed me to pursue singing really was my mom, because it was just something I did for fun for a long time. And
Okay.
she really pressed me to do all the competitions, anything I could, to do YouTube.
Okay.
So she really pushed me to do that.
So you were in the talent shows. You were all in the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's great.
I grew up in the church, and I did the talent shows in the church. And then once I started going to school, and school started having talent shows, started doing the school talent shows. And then once I was in high school, I went to the X Factor.
Oh wow.
The TV show, yeah. So all of that was because of my mom, really.
Where was the X Factor?
The auditions were in LA. So that was the show with, Simon Cowell, Kelly Rowland, Demi Lovato.
Okay.
And so I went, and you had to go through, because you know how it looks like it's just like three auditions. I'm sorry, just like one audition to go.
Right.
To make it through. Like, it's not like that. It's literally like you have to go through like 12 auditions to even make it to the real audition where you're in front of the judges. So
wow, that's crazy. So it's just packed in. Okay. So the first thing I noticed about your music video was it seemed like it was dedicated to somebody. If you could talk a little bit about that, like what was the meaning behind that?
So when I had originally wrote the song, I wrote it when I was 17 years old. I'm 25 now. So when I wrote the song, it was more just creativity, me dreaming of what love could be like, But when I did the music video, my great grandmother, who was practically my second mom, lived with her my entire life, she had just passed away in January. And so I really wanted to honor her, because for a long time, when I would play that song, I would play it on the piano. That's how I first started playing it. So she used to live with me, so she would hear me play that song all the time. She'd hear me sing it all the time, and she'd just come to just watch me perform the song all the time. And so I really wanted to honor her, because I feel like that song represents my childhood, and is a big part and was a big part of my entire life and upbringing and everything. So I honored her in that.
Wow. Okay. So you actually play the piano as well, huh?
I play it by ear. I can't play music, but I kind of I make up my own little jingles. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Honestly, that's dope. So when did you really notice, like, was it the X factor that you really noticed that, like, okay, I could really do something with this music, or did it come before the X factor, like, to where, um, you were just like, okay, like I really can do it. Like, you've always been singing, but there's a difference between people singing and then actually making records. So,
Right.
what led you to believe that, like, okay, yeah, I could really do this?
Um, it's hard because, like I said, my mom, she made me feel like I was a superstar. I'm so
Oh,
serious.
okay.
Like, and I hear myself when I sang when I was young, and like I hear it now. I'm like, oh my god, I not sing good. I'm like, Mom, how could you tell me I was singing good? I feel like I sound. And she said, no, like your voice was immature, but you could tell so that it was, you know. She said
Right.
she heard that thing, and so really, I was kind of, sometimes I would sing to my friends, and they would tell me, "Oh my gosh, Sabrina, you sing so good, you sing so good." It took a lot of people. I mean, I always thought, yeah, I sang good, but I didn't think that I sang like, amazing. But then after a while, people made it seem like they were so mind blown every time they heard me sing. So when I finally started doing like Vacaville, I live near Vacaville over here. It's like the
Okay.
kind of up next to me. And then I started doing the idol for my high school, and like I just started doing all these little performances, and then I started winning. And at some of them, I was winning money and things like that,
Oh,
and it
wow.
kind of encouraged me to keep going. And that's when I started writing music and really started trying to think maybe I could go somewhere with it.
Cause you have a strong voice. When I listen, every time I listen to the song, I'm like, golly, like it don't seem like just like the voice is just so strong, and I feel like you could just hit all type of notes. You know what I mean? So shout out to moms, then. Shout out to moms for really
Really,
believing in you.
like I don't know where it came from. Nobody knows where it came from. I really don't. I think my influences. It had a lot to do with my influence up in music because I grew up listening
Okay.
to soulful music growing up, being in the church and then
Right.
listening to oldies like I would listen to a lot of Motown, Smokey Robinson, and Mary Wells, and just obviously I listened to a lot of R&B. I listened to Lauren. So I listened to just so many different people. And I realized there was something different when someone sang and you could feel what they were singing. And I always wondered, like, why goosebumps in singing, or how did they sing with power?
Right. Right. Yeah, it's powerful. I'm like, wow, powerful.
Thank you.
Um, what made you come up with the theme of the video? Because the theme, it kind of takes me back to like some early 1900s. Like, how did you come up? How did you come up with that whole theme?
It goes back to loving Motown and girl groups and all that, But I don't know if you ever seen the movie Sparkle or
Yeah,
Dreamgirls.
yeah, okay,
Like always loved how that looks. So even though it's only me singing the song, I don't really have any backup singers.
okay.
I have friends backup singers because I wanted to give. I've always loved the way that it looks, and yeah.
Right, okay, okay. And like the backup dancers, shout out to the backup dancers as well. So I thought they did kind of a little backup singing on the record as well, but they weren't a part of the actual recording process, huh?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I was like, I just need you guys to be. They were like, I can't sing. Like, I'm not about to sing. I'm not gonna sing. That's gonna pretend to be my voice.
Right.
So really, they were so down though, and like I'm so because it really brought my dream to life.
Oh
It
yeah.
ended up just being perfect, the perfect too.
So I saw in the last post that you did, you guys were practicing. It looked like in the living room or something like that. Who came up with the dance moves? Can you also do a little choreography, or like is that or did you have somebody maybe help you guys with that?
So I with choreography for everything, but friend, one of the girls there, she kind of helping me, and she would put her input, and like together after that look better. And then also
Right.
we kind of all do it collectively, and then we'd all sit and be like, you know what, I think this all put but so I all for the dance moves.
Okay, okay. Shout out. Did they have a background in dancing, or is this something you just like? All right, you come on. Let's go ahead and let's get it together. Like, did they already have that kind of background?
Well, actually, all of there's a school, so so
Oh,
that
okay.
background, just a little bit of dance experience.
Right. Okay.
Also, I theater, and so they would do a lot of choreography too, and I feel like I was inspired by that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Real nice moves with the video. So how did you link up with my guy OT Cinema? You know, I knew Orlando maybe we go back probably, I don't know, like early elementary school, you know what I mean? So how did you kind of link up with how did you make that happen?
So I've known Orlando since I was probably, I want to say in like the 7th grade, and that's because his cousin is one of my really good friends. She was like my best friend growing up, and so
Okay.
close that she would bring me around her family. You know, we went to Mexico together, and me and Orlando to Mexico together on the flight, just me and him. So like
Oh wow, okay.
that got so close, and kind of became like family ourselves.
Okay, okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So like how long did the music video take? Because it seems like you got a lot going on in there. You know, from the beginning, it seems like they're bringing you out to the whole performance. So it's like you actually, I really love the video because it's almost like a live performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How long did the whole video process take to put together?
So it honestly, we had to do it in one day. So we
Oh,
did it, we
okay.
did all of that in one day, but it did take us all day, you know. And I
Right.
can't even say us, honestly, because really Orlando, he is the mastermind behind everything. Like he brought the film crew together. I told him what I wanted. He brought it to life, and he even added things in there that I didn't know that I wanted, and then it just
Wow.
brought it to life. And I was like, oh my God, this is literally everything I could have ever imagined, you know? So he did not hesitate to redo certain things, you know, like he spoke, like if something didn't look right or if something wasn't up to par to what he thought was good,
Right.
so it was run it again, run it again. There was even one guy who really couldn't, he didn't really know his lines that well, but
Right.
Orlando, like he made sure like that he was practicing them with him right there and saying, look, it's okay,
Uh,
let's go again, let's go again. And yeah, he really was just persistent, and he held it all together that day.
Wow, one day, that's crazy. I really thought like I'm watching the video. I'm like, oh yeah, this had to take like a week or something to like put together. But one day, wow! Shout out Orlando, most definitely.
Yes.
I feel like he's like the like the modern day Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? Like that's where he's going up to. That's where he's going up
Yeah.
to. Shout out
No,
to Orlando.
he definitely did a good job. And I also want to shout out to the other people who were involved, like the
Oh
crew who
yeah,
got
please,
together,
please.
because like he was obviously the shot caller, you know, he was making everything together, but everyone was
Right,
so on the same wave that it just made everything go so smoothly, you know, like everyone was just on it, you know, like we weren't trying to be difficult, nobody was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, we really
right.
all worked as a team. So that's, I truly believe that's the only reason why it came out the way it came out, because we were all the same mind that day.
Right. That's beautiful. You know, teamwork make the dream work. You know,
Hmm.
talk about how difficult it is to not have a team. You know, like when I do music myself, and I know a lot of my friends they do music, but it seems like nobody really wants to come together and like work together on a goal. It's like everybody
Right.
kind of wants to be their own person. But talk about the importance of having that team with you to make sure that everything, that all your visions like really come true,
Right.
come to life.
I think it's important to have a team and to have people behind you, because for someone like me, I can't speak for all people, but someone like myself, I can become insecure very quickly. You know, any little
Okay.
thing that messes up can make me want to throw everything away. Like, I'll throw it all
Right.
away. I'll be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For
I'm
real, no,
very
for real.
I'm very stubborn. I'm a stubborn person, but it really takes the right people to like look at me in the eye and say, you know what, like, you're not doing this. Like, I'm not going to let you do this because you've come this far. You know, like, you need to stop letting this person make you feel bad. Don't let this situation make you feel bad. Just pretend like nothing's going on right now and focus on this only. Like, you need people like that in your life, you know?
Right.
And even I would have never recorded this song ever if it wasn't
Wow.
for one of those people, you know, telling me, why aren't you going out and
Right.
recording your music, you know? Like, and I'm in my head, I'm like, well, I don't know anybody to, like, well, I do. I know all these people, and like, I could get you in the
Right.
studio next week or something, you know? And lo and behold, it happened, and it happened so quick. But I wouldn't have ever done it if it wasn't for them, you know?
Period. So it sounds like you're a perfectionist, you know what I mean? But and that's what's so hard about being a perfectionist, because any little thing, if this don't sound right, the ad lib don't match up, it's like, I'm done with the whole thing, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so yeah, that's pretty crazy. Talk about who produced the record.
So it was produced by his name is Ethano. I'm actually trying to tag him in the post because I want to share this too. But his real name is
Okay.
Ethan, but he goes by Ethano, and I brought him my song, The Piano, the one that I had did on the piano, and I
Right.
told him, can you make this into a song? You know, like, can you make this into something? And I kind of sent him my recording. I gave him like a rough draft, and you know, he was so quick, and he came back and made it, like, it sounded beautiful. When I first heard it, I cried. I'm like, this is my
Oh
song.
wow.
This is crazy, you know? And I was just like, man, like, I would have never thought that I would hear it, you know, with the drums, he even added like violin. He added all these things into it. And I'm
Right.
like, this man doesn't even know me, and he is making something that I know is perfect, like,
That's
for
beautiful.
the song, you know? So yeah.
How long did it take him to put that together?
I think it only took him like a weekend. I think it
Oh,
only took
okay.
him a weekend to put it together. He's very talented. So he definitely, like, he was just into it. He was asking me all these questions, you know, and he delivered. Like, I was like, you don't even have to do nothing else to it. I like it just how it is, you know? Yeah.
So talk about the recording process, like I mean, so it sounds like you already had the song ready, so it sounds like you might have just went in there and just kind of knocked it out, or did, okay, so yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of how it was, because when I had sent the rough draft over, I had already had this concept in my mind, you know?
Right.
And so I had all the harmonies thought of. But in the studio, the guys who were helping me record, which was actually Ethan and his brother Sebastian,
Okay.
by Seb, they were helping me too, and they were kind of helping me with the harmonies and everything, you know. And so I don't want to say it was like I went in there, one and done, but it
Right.
was like an hour and a half session though. So it took me about an hour and a half to record the
Okay.
song. And
That's not bad. That's not bad.
yeah, but it was with their help for sure. It was
Right.
with their help.
Did you like? I know you said you did a rough draft. So how important are rough drafts before going into the studio? You know, a lot of people, they just they make the song and then they go to the studio, but then they don't really know how it's supposed to sound, and that's what I feel like that's what really takes people so long as far as the recording process. Talk about the importance of making rough drafts.
I think it is important, like, if you can have any type of like product app, whether it's Apple or Windows computer, that has something where you can just record and layer things onto each other. Like, you can do it. Like, nobody can really make an excuse, because you could really do it. Like, you could record your instrumental into the computer, then record yourself, and, you know, because you want to be able to have the concept of what you want, even if it doesn't sound perfect, even if it doesn't sound like exactly what you want yet. It's at least something that you have. So when you go in there, you're not going into it blindly. You know,
Right.
you're not just like, well, I'm the best, so I'm gonna just walk in here and I'm gonna be great no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which some people can do that. I think rappers, a lot of the time, it's easier for them to do
Right.
that, you know. But in regards to music and singing, if you're gonna have harmonies and all that, you want to have those down already, or else you're gonna be there all day.
It's gonna be there all day.
Yeah.
So and this is your voice. There's no auto tune, no none of that stuff.
I don't think there's auto tune, but like
Okay.
you seen that the video that I posted on Instagram of when I was recording in the studio? It was somebody was recording me, just recording in the studio, so you could hear my voice. And when I was hearing it, I'm like, this sounds like the song, you know, like it doesn't really sound like, you know, if anything, they might have added some what do they call it, ambience and maybe some reverb.
Right. Okay.
That's probably what they added to it to make it sound a little more angelic or whatever, you know. But I think that's pretty much it, you know. And I've always preferred singing live as well, so that's why I post a lot of videos to my Instagram of me singing live, because I think I sound better singing live personally rather than being recorded. So.
Okay. So have you done any like shows or something like that with this song? Like how have you how has the promoting process been? Because I feel like people who do music don't realize like that's a whole nother monster, you know, if not only just making the song, but having to promote it and get it out there and get the people to hear it. How much are you involved with the promotion of it?
So it definitely took a village to help me promote, you know, because I don't really know how to do it. Like if it was up to me, I would post it one time, and if I didn't get enough likes, I'd be like, well, there it is. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way that my mind works. But everyone else is like, no, like you got to keep pushing it, you know? And so Orlando had a lot to do with the promotion. You know, the posters, everything, all from him and his friends who helped us out, you know? So same thing, like just all these people who are collaborating together, you know, trying to get their work out there. And we're like, you know what, let's work together so we can both put, you know, all of our art out there. Because really that's what it is today. It's art. So we're all struggling new artists just trying to put it out there. But it was definitely a lot of people helping me promote, because I really don't know how. I see people doing it and I'm like should I?
It's
tough. Even today for the interview, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should make a post or something about this live, you know? It's just, I know.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. You know, I want to get more involved in the promotion and stuff like that. I've been doing music since like I was in like middle school as well. So I've been doing this, you know what I mean, rapping, singing, all of that type of stuff for a while too. And that's always been the struggle. Like, okay, everybody loves the song, but you got to get it out there. You know what I mean? You got to get it out there. Got to keep posting it. And it's like, you know, you almost want to move on to the next thing. But it's like, you know, you have to kind of keep it going. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's see. What else we got? We got so we talked about the link, the background dancer. So shout out to the background dancers. Go ahead and get her name out. You know, shout out to everybody that helped with the project. You know.
Yeah, I know like a couple of their Instagrams, but I can say their name for sure. The background dancers, one of them was Brittany, the other one's name is Nyla.
Okay.
Brittany is my friend in the 3rd grade, so forever and ever. And Nyla, her in a show that we were doing together last year. So and as for Orlando, he, like I said, everything was all his people. The rest was all his.
He got his whole team, right?
Like for me, on my side, I can only like for my contribution part, I love and my mom. Those are my team, right?
Shout them out.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, I'm so grateful for them. Like especially Ethan drove like 2 hours. He lives.
Oh wow.
A little past Sacramento. He drove and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry he was stuck in traffic, but he was so happy. He's like, no, I'm happy to be here. And
right, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of to a whole project like that. So
yeah.
what's next for Beebo? Is Beebo making any more music? Are you just gonna run the promo for the video? What's next up your sleeve?
So I am working on some new music. I am writing. I write songs. I probably 10 songs written in the past month, just in my phone. You know, because
Right,
and I have songs that are completed. I have things that are done for them yet. You know, so really, I'm in the process. I'm like a solid producer or help me make more beats and everything like that. But me, I'm very like having my own like an actual band of people
oh,
rather than having it. I do prefer to be amongst other people because is more there. You know,
right,
like, or you're jamming with people, it just I feel like more soul out of you. You know? So
right.
I'm aiming towards right now.
Talk about like the network. So, you're a new artist, so how are you networking within like the industry, like people in your field, and like how are you making the connections that I guess you would need to make in order to do these things that you would like to do?
Right. So just I want to say within the last few months, I started doing that because before I was shy and you know I felt like I could go and bug people because they already have their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right,
but now I'm beginning to learn the mentality of why not. Like it doesn't hurt to ask. You know?
right,
Closed mouths don't get fed. So, so I've definitely and I've been performing at certain places like church, like that. So I
okay,
meet people there, and they're so so that's kind of what I'm doing. I know a few artists want to work with me, and who I've been on a song. They asked if I could be on, so we're working on that also, or maybe a video or something in the future. So I kind of have a
okay,
few little things going on right now.
okay. What type of style of music would we don't want to put you in a box or anything like that, but I guess like, what would be your preferred style of music to make? Like, is it R&B? Do you do a little pop music as well, or maybe a little country or something like that? I mean, I feel like you got to have maybe a little bit of all of it. You got to have a little mix of everything.
So normally, what I tell people is, it's not really the type of music that I sing; it's the style of my voice. You know, because
Okay.
the style of my voice can range from jazzy to soulful, but I'm always gonna have that grit in there. There's always gonna be a grit in my voice. What I've learned. You know, growing up, I love Disney. I've always wanted to sing Disney princess songs, but
Right.
I don't sound like a Disney princess. Never will. You know, like I used to be so sad about that because I'm like, dang, how come I go and try to do karaoke? I can't sing one of these songs, like because
Oh
everything
wow.
is
Okay.
so high, everything is in such a high key, and my voice is naturally just low, you know. So
Right.
so really, it's not a matter of the type of song I could sing. It's really that I can sing any type of genre, but I'm gonna always make it my own. I'm gonna always make it jazzy or soulful,
Right.
sing it, you know. So that's kind of how I do it.
I feel like that's important as well to know your voice. You know what I mean? Know your voice, and because you really just I feel like consistency really is like the major thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and knock them out. You know what I mean? Knock them out for real, for real. I'm all supporting. I'm all supporting it. So would you be doing any more like I know you said that you had somebody record you in the studio actually singing like that. Are you going to do maybe more of those like that for future songs, like maybe give the people the whole recording process? I know you said you pre-write your songs.
Hmm.
So is that something you would think about doing?
Yeah, actually, I'm the type of person I like to do things like that. I like to
Right.
let people in and show them, like, you know, the reality of what's going on because you could see that music video and you'll be like, dang, like, you know, like this, like, I even showed it to someone the other day. They were like, man, how much money did that cost? That must have been so expensive, you know? And I'm like,
Right.
man, like, it looks like it really does. But really what
Yeah.
it was we're all working together. Like, we're all trying to help each other out. That's really what it came down to, you know? And so, yeah, like, I'm forgetting the question. I like just lost track of what I was saying.
Oh, no, no, just I forgot it.
I'm like, wait, where am I going with this? Did you
Yeah,
ask
no.
me? What did you ask me?
We were talking about showing people the process of recording and
Okay.
right, things like
Right,
that.
right, right. Yeah, so just letting people know kind of like where it comes from and everything and showing them the reality of it, you know, because even in the video that I had released on my Instagram, I showed them that like when I'm recording, I'm like, let's do it again, let's do it again. And the people in the studio, they're like, Sabrina, like, or why are you trying to
Right, like
do it? It
it's
sounds
good already.
perfect. Yeah, like just
Right.
trust me, it sounds perfect, sounds perfect. And I'm like, nope, let's do it again.
Nah.
Do it again, you know, like it needs to sound good to me.
Right. I mean that's the most important thing, you know. It has to sound good to you. You know what I mean? It has to sound good to you. I feel like before you present it out, people can say, "Oh yeah, it's like this," but you know, I mean, and sometimes that the songs that you don't really like be the ones that really kind of connect with people. But I don't know. I still feel like you gotta love what you're doing first. You know.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of these comments. We got shout out Mama Pat. Shout out what's this? So I'm gonna butcher this name. So Celine Stina Beauty. Shout out to everybody coming through. Shout
Thank
out to
you guys.
everybody
Oh my God,
supporting.
it's so crazy because on my side I can't see, so I'm like, I didn't even know that anybody was in here.
Oh yeah. We got a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people in here. I
Oh,
see a lot of support, and that's why I'm like, this is beautiful. Real beautiful to have the support like that. Does everybody know that you did music, like, or is it something that you kind of? I know you were doing the shows and stuff like that, but were you really like, I guess, active with it as far as like, you know, I know some people who would like sing in high school. They would kind of just get a crowd together and sing. Was that the type of person you were, or were you more like I'd rather do it maybe on this scale?
um, that's a hard question because I feel like I would put myself out there, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I
Right.
knew that I could sing, and my friends knew that I could sing, but it was just a matter of I think me being young for a long time, me thinking that I'm too young or I don't have the resources for a long time. So what it was for a while too was like, oh, all I'm ever gonna be able to do is competitions. Like, you know, like that was like
Right.
my furthest thing, like, you know, going and maybe winning a prize and then enjoy that for a minute and then go on to the next competition, you know? It was never really
Okay.
going out and doing music, but what I can say is everybody around me always said, when are you gonna do music? When are you gonna record a song? When are you gonna do that? You
Right.
know, so that was kind of how it was.
Shout out to Angel the Magnificent. Said she said she won a few contests. We got who is it? This is Alyssa Ashley. Said since the third
Oh,
grade. Okay, since '03.
Angel
Yeah,
is
they.
my mom.
Oh,
Angel the
okay. Yeah.
Magnificent is my
Shout
mom.
out to moms. Shout out to
I
moms.
love you,
Moms is the
mama.
biggest inspiration. Shout out to moms, most definitely, most definitely. That's beautiful. That's
And then
beautiful.
Alyssa,
The
Alyssa is
support,
my best friend from third grade too. So shout out Alyssa, love you, love you too.
the support is real, and I feel like that's so important to have that support to really like motivate you to keep you going. You know, I feel like when you don't have that support, when everybody's kind of like doing their own thing or whatever, it's kind of hard for you to really feel what you're really doing. You know, so shout out to
Yeah,
everybody that came through.
thank
That's
you,
beautiful.
thank you,
That's
thank
beautiful. We got another one says she used to always sing at the family parties. Absolutely.
you.
Such a powerful voice and beautiful soul. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. You sing in Spanish too, huh?
I do,
Oh,
I
wow.
do.
Okay.
The crazy thing is though that when I sing in Spanish, it sounds completely different from when I sing in English. Like it's a completely different sound and style because It's kind of like how country music is to us. Like, you know, you hear like that country twang when they're singing, you know, in that style. That's kind of how
Right.
it is in Spanish music. Like, well, like Mexican music. When you're singing those, there's like a certain style that you do, like a very low, like, I can't even explain it, but it just sounds so different when I sing.
Okay, okay. So you don't do more of the so the Spanish music, is it more upbeat? You think more compared to when you sing in English, or you feel like it's kind of maybe the same as far as like you were saying the tone?
I feel like in general, I'm a happy person, but I love to sing sad songs. So
Oh, okay.
like
Oh, wow.
so that's kind of where it comes from. Like all the Mexican songs and Spanish songs that I sing, they're always so sad. Like they're sad. But that's because the majority of those songs are just sad songs. Like they're always about like tragedies or heartbreak or something like that. So
Okay.
same in English and Spanish. I love to sing songs that are sad.
Okay. Is that like an audience that maybe you're trying to reach? Is that because you know a lot of people are going through things every single day, so I feel like a lot of people can connect to that type of music. Is that something that you take into consideration while you're making it, or is it just kind of just how you feeling?
I think it's from a place where it's like I'm a happy person. I try to be, but just I have experienced heartbreak, you know, horrible
Right.
heartbreak and loss and things like that. And so those moments, like you just want to feel like people understand you. You're searching for that song. You're searching for that make you feel
Right.
because you feel like you can't feel those moments, you know. So like I think I like to bring myself back to that mentality when I sing those songs because I like to feel everything and I want other people to feel it too. You know, like I always say, like if I'm sweating and if I'm not about to cry when I'm singing, I feel like I didn't do
For
like
real.
like crazy when I sing it, you know? So that's
Okay. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Let me see what else we got. What else we got? I took some notes. We kind of tapped on all of them. Let's see. I got a new segment of the show. It's called End of the Show Questions, and it's just everyday people questions. You know what I'm saying? So if you can answer them to the best of your ability.
okay.
What's the first thing you do or think of when you wake up?
Thank you, Jesus, for giving me another day, Lord.
Beautiful, beautiful. What's your favorite drink?
um, I love horchata.
Okay, yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I love the horchata too. I love the horchata too. Weekends or weekdays?
Ooh, it depends if I don't know. I guess I prefer weekdays.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It's more days in the week, you know, to get things done. Hot or cold?
Hot
Tacos or burgers?
tacos.
What's your favorite cereal?
Mm. Probably fruity pebbles. One of-
Okay, okay. Favorite thing to cook?
Mexican food. So probably like I like to make rolled tacos and fry them because they're like the easiest thing. So good.
Okay, okay. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Ugh, working at the taqueria. That that was the job ever.
Golly, okay, okay. If you were stuck on an island for a year and you could only listen to 3 albums, what would they be?
Ooh, that's hard. Uh, definitely Frank by Winehouse because I love Amy Winehouse.
Okay,
Um, I would say I don't know like the exact album, but for sure Mary Wells and Smokey Robinson. Like I would listen to their music as well. And
okay,
I can't think of either album, but I love old music jazz, so that's probably what I would listen to.
okay, okay. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? And
Dang.
why?
I feel like I am. Sometimes I was like, that would be perfect, but I'd probably be invisible because
Invisible?
because I
Disappear on somebody?
like I always tell people I'm like an FBI agent. Like all I need is to be invisible, and I swear I know everything about everybody in the world. Like anything you need
Oh
to find
boy.
out, I'll find it out for you.
He's a real detective. Okay, okay. R&B or pop music?
R&B.
Okay, okay. So that's beautiful. So to wrap it up, what's next for you? How do you plan on taking maybe the next few weeks, maybe the next few months? Is there any new music getting ready to drop, or anything like that, any live concerts? Or is there anything you're doing musically coming up in the next few weeks or months?
So I think this week I may or may not be performing at it's like a R&B little club place. I was invited to
Okay.
come, and they said that I may or may not sing. So that should be
Right.
this week coming up. I do sing in church on some Sundays, so I do that as well. And I am working on a song, so I'm supposed to go actually re-record a song with somebody, and then I'm working on getting one of the beats for my new songs done too, so I can go record that also. So I do have a lot of things that are in the works right now.
Okay, okay, that's beautiful. And one more thing, I know you said you pre-write the songs, and so like for me, it's a little difficult because I'm more of the rap sing, so it's like I kind of need the beat to make the song. So I think that's kind of interesting how you don't really need the beat to come up with the song. That's kind of I think that's great, really.
You know what? That's like a really hard question to answer because all I can say is that I can just feel it in me. Like I think the best example, because I never knew that other people this happened to them, or I kind of figured maybe it happened to everybody. But I don't know if you know the singer Dolly Parton, but like
I don't think I heard of that.
she's like a country singer, old country singer, whatever. But she
Okay.
said that sometimes she would come up with something, or she would hear something, and she would kind of make a little beat with like her hands or something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's really just something that I don't know. I can't explain it. Like it just comes to me. I don't know. It just comes to me. But I think it's really knowing what you like. Knowing what you
Right.
like, and what are you trying to make people feel, and what are you trying to feel with this. So you just go back to your happy songs, or if it's a song that's more gritty, you go back to a song that's gritty, and you're like, okay, what elements did this song have that stuck out to me?
Right.
And you can kind of like pick and choose off of those things and make it your own. So that's kind of what I'll do sometimes too, in my head. So
Right, right. Yeah, I mean that's honestly beautiful. That's honestly beautiful. Some people, like I said, some people need to be gotta hear something, you know what I mean? But for you to just that's great. Well, Beebo, it was a great conversation. I would hope that we could work together in the future, absolutely.
yes.
And yeah, anything else you got to say to the people? Shout out to
Thank you
everybody coming
guys.
through.
Thank you guys for coming and watching and for supporting my video and everything. I'm so grateful, and I'm just so happy. Thank you so much. And thank you for this interview.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is this your first interview or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
Very
great.
first.
That's great.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Beebo Nation, talking growth. The kid Coach Shig, you dig? We about.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. You take care. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Shout out to everybody that came through to this interview as well. I really appreciate. I really appreciate the support. It's more to come. We got more coming. Shout out to Beebo, the Talking Growth channel. We got motivational videos. We got inspirational videos. We got more interviews on the way. Anybody want to get in the interview, want to be a part, all we do is talk about growth and how you're growing as a person. So if anybody want to get in contact with the kid, go ahead and hit the DM. I respond back. And let's get it rocking for the future. Shout out to Beebo, for real. Shout out to OT Cinema. And yeah, man, we about.